gameplay. All right, shall we roll tape?
Do it. The rocky shores of the North Sea comprise the setting for a titanic clash of enemy fleets. These tall evergreens and mossy rocks will soon bear witness to the deafening sounds of battle as two teams vie for dominance of the ocean. This is North. North is a 48 by 48 kilometer domination-style map with 3 cap points running in a line from west to east. The A cap is on the left, B is in the center, and C is on the right.
Changed from the old 4-cap configuration in Update 0.7.9, North has proved itself an exciting map to play in tournament mode.
Cap A on the left is largely unchanged from previous iterations of the map. A large diameter cap circle bordered by an island on the eastern edge, it's highly accessible to enemy destroyers, and there aren't many places for radar cruisers to hide nearby. As the smallest capture area on the board, the confines of Cap B have a new access point via a break in the islands along the eastern edge. The most common access to the cap comes from due north or south, but being in the center of the map means that ships caught out here find themselves targeted by large portions of the enemy team. On the eastern flank, Cap C has a single island within that can provide some shelter for destroyers as they attempt to capture, but it's a long exposed route to get behind cover. It was once common for radar cruisers to set up shop along the shores of the island on the western edge, but that island has been adjusted to make holding such a position a lot more dangerous.
North is chock full of interesting flanking opportunities and tactical plays for teams looking to expose a weak point in an enemy position. The eastern half of the map has historically hosted lots of exciting action as teams jockey for position around the islands of Cap C. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play North.
Well, we already have a problem, Raptor.
What's that?
Potato quality's out of uniform.
What camo are they running today, Zath? I haven't looked.
Let me double check here. They are running... Victory Salute.
Okay, well, I gotta say, PSV surprised me. They brought the Conqueror again, so works. Now, they did change Jack's Des Moines for a Worcester, and they've changed the Grozavoy for gearing for Darth Crater, but that's the only lineup changes on PSV.
Yeah, over on the 07 side, now we've got double Montana. I think 07's favoring more of a mobile setup this time instead of having the Yamato. Double Worcester, double Henri, 20 kilometer Shima, and Grozavoy and BFK just took a bit of a hit.
Well, that's one of the risks of the Henris, right? Like, they're spotted from orbit. You can see them coming from a very, very bloody long way.
Well, especially with the way that the carrier rework has gone now, yes, there's fewer squadrons out there, but you still get spotted incredibly early.
Yep, I mean, the videos that I've got designed, the little gap videos, are meant to bridge that gap between loading and kind of ships starting to take action. But by the time we get into the game, the planes are already across the halfway mark of the map, right? So who's in B, Zath? We got 1 in B and 1 in C. Call them out for me.
Potato is in B cap, which means Jones is in C cap.
Yep, they've just spotted Jones.
07 is really losing the early trades here. Both Potato Quality and William the Dank have been focus fired and are currently under fire.
Right. Well, they started down HP because they brought the extra destroyer, but the early cap pressure really worked well for them last game. They were able to... Somebody does ding up Jones in the smoke there, so they do reset him a little bit. PSV pushing most of their force well to the west here. Crater about to get on the bottom end of A, backed up by double Henri. Sparrow's Worcester headed for the island on the edge of A. War Eagle's Republic trailing at the rear.
Yeah, and 07 looks like they're setting up Dank and BFK over at A side as the kiting force. Looks like they want to fight more in B and C, as we see Zim posting up exactly where I thought he would. And the other Worcester and Henri setting up over on the 9-10 line to prevent a push around the no battleship zone.
Yeah, they like putting that Worcester right there in that position. Then the islands between B and C gives them good coverage. So this game's starting off very much like the last one, Zath. 07 bagging 2 very quick caps. PSB responding with one of their own, although they are a little quicker on the gun this time. Last time they were down quite a ways before they bagged a cap. This time they've gone straight to the edge of the map, and the gap is only about 80 points for the moment. It'll grow slowly.
Yeah. So I mean that's the thing, right? Is you get the early caps, you put pressure on the enemy, make them get concerned, right? I'm not gonna say panic because both of these teams are really experienced, but you get them concerned about points. You get them thinking, we gotta push, we gotta make something happen someplace.
Jack Sparrow to the gap between A and B, running a informational radar, coming up with nothing.
Yeah, he was detected for a little bit there, but he's off of detection again now.
Battleship coming with an AP strike again on Zim's Worcester, coming around from astern. Now, one of the things we've seen Battleship doing is he runs these groups, he leaves half of them behind. He only goes in with a half group, expecting to lose the whole group, but this way he limits the losses to only a handful of planes. Ooh, good hit on Zim. Good hit on Zim with the AP bombs.
And the difference with the rework now, you can't just swap planes away like you could before. It takes a lot longer.
Okay, the Shima must have caught a whiff of Sparrow. Their Shimmatorps moving south from the gap between A and B. And then it must have been a midway drop in front of him as they turned towards B. Crater and Sparrow linked at the hip here, just like we saw them in the early going of last game. Now, where did Potato 69 run to? He went to A, didn't he?
Yes, he's about ready to back into A cap. He's got some torpedoes going into that smoke south of A. Captain Jack is once again detected. Looks like he dodged that second torpedo, no problem.
He did. Most of those ran into an island, but they were spotted. I think he had his hydro up still, and still dodging midway torps here. Gonna have to get narrow. Looks like he's gonna take one on the bow. Yep.
Zim takes a bit of a chunk as well from Battleship once again.
Well, now Zim's leaving. They've pushed him out of that position. Now, I guess some of that's because now that they're going to be on A, they're still going to have a cap advantage.
Yep.
So, one of the things that PSV's got going, right? We've got the Henri and the Conqueror way down here on the 9-10 line. Right now, I'm kind of struggling, like, what's the plan with these guys, right? Like, both teams seem to be trying to prevent the push from this direction. But now that 07 owns all the caps, PSV has to do something.
Speaking of which, take a look at War Eagle. He just took a flood, he DCP'd, and he's got more presence coming his way.
So he does. But there's a Republic-sized hole in that gap, in that formation, Zath. Check that out.
Yep.
And the ones astern of him are spotted. He's going to be able to maneuver out of their way as well.
Yep. Oh, wow. Zim is continuing to get hammered here.
Yeah, they're just continuing to punish Zim with the AP bombs. PSV has definitely come loaded for that particular strategy. They know how much 07 likes the Worcester.
Meanwhile, we see Crater and that Worcester working their way into B cap. Oh, Zim's at 5K.
They have no eyes on him anymore. He's disappeared to the north, and the planes have lost him, so he's going to have a brief respite until the next plane strike comes. There's a rocket strike about to move into the B cap that's coming for him. So they're going to have eyes on him. I'm sure they've got all the guns up looking for him, whoever might have a shot. But, gosh, Sathy's going to be on the C line before they spot him again. I'm not sure who's going to have a shot.
Yep.
8 minutes gone. PSV down 300 points here on North. 07 really, really maximizing this destroyer advantage. PSV needs a kill.
Yeah, now even if they do find Zim at this point, he's hooked up with Warlord. Warlord obviously has really good anti-air.
Yep,
this is going to try to reinforce it.
This is a brilliant play, bringing the Worcester in under the umbrella, the AA umbrella of the Midway, which has gobs of AA plus the combat air patrol fighters. They do get some rockets into Zim, but it's not enough. He's still alive.
Still, that was a pretty sizable hit.
And I don't see shots inbound. Sparrow now headed to A, back to A with Crater at his heels. He radars. They catch wind of Potato's Shimakaze and push him to the north. Where's Jones, Zath? We haven't seen him in a while.
He was playing with the group over at the 9-10 line. He's currently in C-cap. Went through the channel there. I think he just wants to prevent them from feeling comfortable pushing C.
Now, PSV has done something that I like. They've turned these guys on the 9-10 line around, and they're headed to C. They should. I personally, I would have done this a few minutes ago, I think, but they're making the play. They still have time to make this play. I want to see if it works out.
Yeah, Jones's torpedo is just the right time to miss both of those ships.
Yes, indeed. It goes right through the gap. He was obviously just kind of guessing where they might be. They see his smoke now at the top end of the cap. They know he's there. He's spotted now. He's spotted briefly. I lost him. I don't know how. It must have been... Oh, there's a fighter over there. That's what it was.
Yep.
Serious business. Looking like he was going to go into the cap, but he turns away now. Less than 2 minutes remain for PSV to try and slow things down. Crater will get onto A in time to slow the timer down.
Just about to comment that there's nothing on the 07 side to prevent this.
Well, I'm a little surprised to see them bringing Crater over here, but it's been working. He and Spirit have been working together well so far, so why not? But I really think they're going to have to get onto the C cap. They have to do something to stop the bleeding. Halfway mark of the match, but the cap advantage means that 07 is well positioned for a win here with nearly a 400-point lead.
Well, yes, but, I mean, all it takes is one of these three ships to just kind of put their butt in a sea cap, and that slows things down. But Serious Business is in trouble again.
Business is probably going out here. They've continued to just pound him. He's on 6K, continuing to burn. If he had a heal, he probably would have used it by now, or maybe it's coming up soon. All he can do is hope. He is healing. He is healing.
He just started it, yep.
But it might not matter. They might... Oof.
There he is again.
They might be able to overcome it. He's going to be very low. The torpedo Warlord's going to send a torpedo strike out after him, even if he survives the HE bombardment. And he is going to survive. He's back up over 20,000 HP.
Yeah. Meanwhile, like I said, they just back their butts into sea cap, and who cares if they get shot at?
Warplane's Tiger is backed in, but Watatsuki drove straight in. He's headed for the gap, looking like he might try to escape on the 9-10 line, or he can turn around. He's trying to turn. No. He brought his rudder back amidships. He's going to ground. Unless he slows down, he's going to run aground. Yep, he's going to ground himself.
Notzer maneuver.
Notzer confirmed in playing in King of the Sea today.
2 games in a row.
They've got Serious Business again. He's on 1,900 HP. He's going out now. They can't stop it.
Even before the torpedoes arrive.
Indeed. Whoa! No! But the shells will get him. The shells get him. First blood going to 07 once again.
Yeah, but 12 minutes or 11 and a half minutes for first blood? Crazy.
I know. Well, again, PSV has they've had to sacrifice a ton of health. They were trading really well early, but now they're on the wrong end of that equation. Down about 50,000, 60,000 HP here as they're forced into playing for caps.
Yep, Zim is back to 13k health, so he's fine.
They've pushed Crater out into this little gap. Crater is essentially going to guard the top end of B from a potential venture in that direction by Potato 69. But if they kill these Henris, Zath, and they're going to kill these Henris, Watatsuki's trying to get back behind the island, but it's not going to matter. Warlord's going to bring in the bombs. This HE strike is bound to kill this poor Henri. They can kind of barely hit him over the island. They're landing the occasional shell on him. And here come the bombs, and that's it. 30 seconds to an 07 victory here on North.
And a sweep.
And a sweep. I don't see it, Zath. They have no way to stop it. They have no one to get onto C-Cap. Warplanes Tiger would have to turn around and be there right now. 07's going to win.
Another one of those games that just went for a long, long time before finally being decided.
Indeed, 2 hard-fought games, but 07 sweeps PSV right out of the round of 16 here in King of the Sea 8.